Well, if there can be no arrangement, then we are at an impasse.
I'm afraid so. I can't compete with you physically, and you're no match for my brains.
You're that smart.
Let me put it this way. Have you ever heard of Plato, Aristotle, Socrates?
Yes?
Morons.
Really?
Welcome
that was good.
to Morons Mince Movies. I am your host, Moron Sam Munoz.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm here
Now you're gonna make me cry,
with my
man.
fellow morons.
Oh, you're fake crying. I think you were laughing. Boo.
My blessed to pay a little second. And Doodle.
And see.
And me. Welcome. Today we're going to discuss movies that make you cry. It was a very last minute thing that Uble came up with. And here we are. We had to gather the top films that bring us down to reduce us to this, apparently. And yeah, we all
Let
had
it all out, man. Just let it all out.
Damn you!
Dirty Apes.
Oh yeah, that one totally made me cry. I did say your name. You didn't hear me? Yeah. There we go. All right, yeah. So we're talking about movies that make us cry. I think I did cry a little bit there.
You're really good at acting, man.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yes. That was
tears,
Oscars.
And the Oscar for crying goes to.
Yeah. All right. So I think we decided we're gonna do. We're gonna do our top 5. Is that correct? Is that what we decided to do?
Yeah.
Top 5. We're gonna go in order from the 5 to number 1. This was a last minute thing, so I haven't really ranked my stuff. I have a list of like 20 plus movies, and I'm really scared that I'm not gonna be able to do it. So I'm gonna have someone else start it off.
I can start off.
Go for Arturo.
Hi.
Start it off.
So, for me, it was difficult because really the list of movies that make me cry versus the list of movies that don't make me cry, that one was much shorter.
Yeah. I assumed so. Before you get into your
Madam
list,
Web,
Arturo,
I believe.
Yeah.
before you get into your list, may I?
Sure.
Just
you can
I want to add a
continue.
few some context.
You were
We
rubbing
just
Sam,
really-
so I thought something was gonna happen here. I was like, yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
no, that's
free
after
love
camera.
here.
That's
yeah,
off
yeah.
camera. But no, I just want to clarify for all the viewers out there who maybe just got jolted into this episode.
That's true. There's been very little explanation.
Is we are going to talk about our top 5 movies that no matter what, whether you watched the entire movie, whether you just caught a part of it, whether you've already seen this movie before, it just hits this fucking emotional chord, whether it's because the movie is sad or because the movie is very, very happy or because it just does something emotionally to you.
Yes.
It makes you cry without fail. Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't have to be bawling, like blowing your nose crying. At least
It just hits at the heartstrings.
I categorize this as if my eyes became red and watery, even for a split second, where it was like, damn, that was good. And then I walk away. I categorize that as this movie, no matter what, will make me cry when I watch it for whatever time that I watch it. So that's my list, at least, consists of those movies where, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the context, regardless of whether I've seen the entire movie or just half of it or caught a glimpse of it, if I see these specific scenes that I'm going to go over, I'll fucking cry.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know about you guys.
What compelled you to come up with this topic, Uble?
I've been doing a lot of crying lately. Work has just been very, very overwhelming. There's a lot of meetings and hearings, but no, honestly, like Sam said, this is very last minute. We were supposed to do a separate movie, and
Oh yeah,
We
that
all
none of us saw.
nobody.
Oh shit! I didn't cancel my reservation for it.
Oh no,
That's fine. I have the pass.
There you go. That's
But
the nice
it's
thing
not-
about
yeah.
having the pass. But
you went back to getting the AMC
Regal.
pass.
Regal pass.
Oh,
Regal.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
No, just
It's
kidding.
I have one right across the
The
street.
rival.
It makes
The
sense.
rival
It makes
theater.
sense. Yeah.
No,
This is Ganwar,
it's
by the way.
unlimited, by the way. No limit on my
Nice.
movies.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, I might
So
switch.
none of us got a chance. None of us got a chance to watch that movie. So we had the
Came up with
conversation of what do we fucking do. I came up with a few ideas. most of them were disregarded or pushed
This
off
was your
to
only
later.
idea. Oh wait, no, that's right.
I came up with a few that we're going to touch on later. But
yeah.
as far as tonight goes, this was the best one that stuck.
Let's get going. Let's get going.
And that's where we're here. All
We're
right.
5 minutes in.
Oh, damn. All right.
We always do this.
Sorry.
We can
I'm gonna
never
start crying.
just get started.
Just start crying. Go.
Start crying.
God damn.
Okay,
it.
go
So
on.
I'm gonna go with my number 5, but before I mention my number 5, I just want to throw in one movie real quick because this film,
Socrates
I think we all
defines
can all
crime.
agree. It has an opening sequence that goes from like happiness to fucking heartbreak so
Oh my
fucking
God.
quick. It rips it out of your fucking chest, and that is Up.
Yes.
Jesus
Yeah.
fuck, dude.
Is that your number 5 or is that just a
I'm
reference?
just throwing it in, yeah,
Oh,
because the
nice.
rest of the movie
guess
doesn't
it's
make
number
me
6.
cry. But is that scene
Yeah.
that guts
Yeah.
everyone?
The first
Jesus.
15 minutes or so.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, I was
And
not
the
ready.
score during that whole scene. is
Yeah, oh
fantastic.
my
Yeah,
God, yes, it's so well done.
Fucking
So,
Pixar. God
see,
damn
and I
it.
knew this was
Yeah.
gonna be like a thing that we would all share, so that's why I
Yeah.
kind of want to throw it in there.
It's great.
But yeah, that one was fucking brutal. I saw it in theaters. I was not ready for it at all.
Yeah. All right. Number
Yeah.
5.
So number 5 is a movie that I really enjoyed growing up watching. It's still a movie I enjoy watching. But it makes me sad every time because the movie's fucking sad, but you don't always think about it that way. And that is Casper.
What?
Holy shit.
What?
Yes, Casper, man.
Really? Oh,
Dude, he
wait.
fucking dies in the cold. And his dad spends the rest of his life trying to create a machine that brings him back from the dead.
Damn, I don't remember this movie then.
Sorry, Christina Ricci.
I just remember Christina Ricci and they
Devins,
danced.
somethings, and Bill Pullman. Yeah, so I mean, of course, the movie is quirky. It's fun. You know, they get to like Bill Pullman talks to ghosts, and his daughter Christina Ricci, who is a fucking iconic just
child actress.
yes from this era. Like
Yeah.
everything was defined
Wednesday.
by Christina Ricci, and you
Yeah.
know, good for you now being in Yellow Jackets. You're awesome if you're watching.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, again, in this film, it's fun. You know, it goes in very. But when you get into like the themes of it and the fact that you find out that he just happened to die in the cold as a kid, and his dad spent the rest of his life trying to bring him back from the dead, creating a fucking machine to try to do this.
That
and
part is
then
depressing. They
very
didn't put that one
depressing.
to the-
And as, now as a father, it's even worse. And knowing like the fault you would have because he just wanted to keep sledding.
Yeah.
And the dad
Let
said,
him.
you know, it's cold, come back in, and he wasn't
Just wanted to
listening.
keep
And then
sledding.
that's
Yep.
all it fucking took, man. Like, and then the theme song, what is that? It's just so
Oh, yeah, they had a
fucking
theme song.
sad. Jesus.
Damn.
So I just burst into tears every time now.
Every time.
As a father, it's even harder. And of course, you know, it does have a happy ending. But
This is set in
damn.
the same universe as the Ghostbusters, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Canonically, they exist in the same world,
Who you gonna
same
call?
time.
Someone else.
Someone
It's
else.
like
Yeah. I fucking love
Such
that
a great cameo.
Yep.
In addition,
Okay.
just something I throw. I mean, now that this is number 5, but I wanted to throw this in there real quick. Christina Ricci was recently on an interview promoting Yellow Jackets, and she was telling the story about how she's told her kid about Casper, but he took it as real life. So when he was telling his teachers about her childhood being in a house full of ghosts, they were very concerned.
What the hell?
That's a very good side story, Arturo. I'm so glad you took the time to tell us that.
You're very
Are
welcome.
there any stories of any other misinterpretations
Sure,
between
I
Christina
have
Ricci
many.
and her kids? Because I really want to hear them.
No, I don't appreciate
right.
your sarcasm.
I'm sorry, dude.
Go Uble.
It's just weird. I want to go eat tacos after this.
Go Uble. This is it's
My
your
number
turn
5.
because I
All
can't.
right.
I still can't decide.
My number 5. So recently, there is this movie that came out called Inside Out 2. And in this
wow.
movie, I know, in this movie is, and by the way, Pixar makes a lot of my honorable mentions. The 2 of them got into my top 5 list, believe it or not. But, and this one, the reason why, and I want to get into specifics, everyone already saw Inside Out 2. If you haven't, you don't care for it, you're not going to watch
It's
it.
on
so
Disney Plus now.
disregard. But they have this physical interpretation of anxiety, the emotion anxiety. And as a very anxious person, there's a certain thing that happens during what I don't think it's an anxiety attack. I know anxiety attacks can be very serious and debilitating, but as closest to what I can describe as what I'm feeling during my moments of anxiety, where it just takes control, whether it's just, I'm not going to get into the details, but there's this thing that happens where you're aware of the fact that you are acting anxious and letting that anxiety take control of your life and manage how you talk to your kids, how you talk to your spouse, how you handle your day-to-day shit. Like, anxiety just takes control, right? And so in this movie, there's a scene, it's like the climax of this movie, where the main character, I forget her name, she's having an anxiety attack in this Riley, in this hockey tryout game, and the representation of anxiety, like doing these massive circles around the motion board, pushing all the buttons, and finally when they zoom in, and this is why this movie is on my list. Finally, when they zoom in
It's okay.
Listen, this is gonna happen fucking 5 more times.
It's not your
I
fault.
don't need you to stop.
It's
I know.
not your
I don't
fault.
need. Don't you
It's not
fucking
your
do
fault.
that.
It's not your fault.
Don't you fucking do
It's
that.
not your fault.
All right, fuck
It's
away
not your
from me.
fault.
Don't you do that. It's gonna happen 4 more times, so I need you to just let it happen so that we can get through this episode. But there's that representation of what anxiety is going through when it's trying to manage all the moving parts that are not under her control. That's the main theme, which is a lot of these things are not under her control, but the anxiety emotion wants to control it, wants to be able to say, I manage this, and it's just, they zoom in and she's frozen on the control panel, and she has this look of like, somebody save me from what's happening right now because I'm having an anxiety attack. And that moment right then and there in that fucking movie, God damn it, man, it hit me hard because I just related to it all too much, and it just, even obviously, as you can tell, just talking about it stirs up these emotions. That's why it's my number 5. Go for it. That's my number 5.
God damn, I don't think I can follow that. That's just.
That's my number 5, dude. Wait till I get to my number 1.
That was fantastic. This episode is for you, my friend. I mean, god damn, that was good. You know, when I just want to say sorry, I want to take a little bit of time because when Uble brought up this topic, I was like, this is a great topic. And it's just all these movies float into my head. Like, I cry a lot at movies, it seems. Probably as much as you, but I don't cry for Madam Web. I don't understand that.
That never happened.
I know.
I cried during Craven. Fuck.
That's nice.
I wanna cheat a little bit. I never like to do this, but I just feel like I have to mention, even though I guess we'll talk about honorable mentions another time. I have to mention the first movie that ever made me cry.
Oh yeah.
Even though it's not in my top 5, but I have to mention it. It's A Time to Kill. I think that movie came out in the mid '90s. I was very young, but that was the first movie.
Woody Harrelson?
No,
no,
it's Samuel Jackson,
Sorry.
Matthew McConaughey.
Okay.
Is that Sandra Bullock?
Sandra Bullock. Yeah, you guys haven't seen A Time to Kill?
Apparently not.
Oh man, go watch it. It's great.
Donald Sutherland.
When did that movie come? 1996. Yeah, so I was
Casper Sutherland.
I was
too.
only 12 years old when I watched this movie, and it was the first movie that ever made me cry. And it's at the end when Matthew McConaughey is doing his closing statement.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, sorry. I won't say what he says since you guys haven't watched it, but he's doing his closing statement. It's a very emotional statement, and he's trying to convince the jury to. Have you seen this movie?
Is that your number 5?
No, it's not.
Get to it.
All right, I'm sorry.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
go.
Fine. It's just
Honorable mention.
All right. My number 5, and I'm weird. It's weird that you haven't mentioned it. Maybe you will in your next list, but it's Onward. I don't know what it is. I don't have a brother. I don't have a sibling at all, but for some reason this movie, which is about sibling love and the loss of a father, which I don't understand, I think this could be in your top 5 because goddamn, it seems like it's a very personal story for you.
The reason why I'm just gonna add this real quick. The reason why it's not on my top 5 is because I know the content and I've purposely avoided this movie.
Really? Oh my God!
I don't
This
think
movie.
I'm emotionally ready for
Well,
it.
fucking.
Fuck you. Duh.
break. Oh, have you seen it?
Oh, fuck you.
Oh
Exactly.
my God!
There you go.
So
I'm fine with
this
it.
is about it takes place in a fantastical world where there's elves and goblins and all kinds of stuff.
Manticores.
Yeah, so there's these 2 brothers, right? Their father died some time ago, but he left behind this relic thing to kind of bring him back in a way.
Well, don't spoil the movie.
That's the premise of the movie.
Uber doesn't know this.
He knows this. That's
already
why he
getting-
didn't watch the movie.
No, I don't know the specific details.
See?
All I know is
God
that
damn it,
That
Sam.
happens
You know
in the
what?
That's the
It's
premise.
fine.
It's
Fuck
the premise.
you, Sam.
hey, fuck you, Sam made it. It's
That's the premise of the movie.
That's fine.
Anyways,
That's fine.
yes. Well, how can I talk about the moment where I
Go
cried
for it.
then?
Go for it. No, listen.
Oh, that's true. Uble, we're
fine.
gonna have to ask you to leave.
No, go for it. Go for it. I might cry just hearing you talk about it.
So the thing is that there's this relic is trying to bring it back, but it only brings up half of it. This is
feet.
on the trailer
I
as
remember
you're
that.
watching it.
Yep, I
And
remember that.
so they go on a quest to find the other stone, so they can bring the rest of them back, so they can get to see it their father and
Yes.
talk to him and everything like that.
Yeah.
And there is an ending scene. I won't go into it, and it's
dude, go for
just
it.
fucking heartbreaking. And something happens where, God, it's just.
Go into it, Sam. I don't want to limit your
No, I
pick,
won't go
man.
into it, but because I think you need to watch this movie.
do.
It'll just break your heart.
do.
I cry like a baby, and I don't have a sibling. I don't know what it is to have a sibling. I don't know what it is to lose your father.
I'll be
but
your
I
bro.
think that's the magic of movies, that it doesn't matter that you haven't really experienced these specific things that are happening in the story, but what makes a great movie emotional is that it touches something about human nature, that it doesn't even matter that you haven't experienced that thing. It brings you into these characters and you're sympathetic and empathetic towards them. And even though I've never experienced losing a father or having a sibling, I fucking cried as if I did. And it's a beautiful movie and I loved it. And that's it. On to you.
Perfect. Yeah, that's good. That's
All right,
good.
number 4.
All right, my number 4 is.
Is this another Matrix glitch? What's going on? No.
It's a movie that I wasn't expecting to hit me the way it did, but as the father of 2 sons, it really fucking did, and that is Aquaman 2. Just kidding. That's an older reference to another episode.
Yes.
But yeah, that movie did make me cry though. No, my number 4 is a film that I know for sure has made Sam cry. I believe it's made Ubla cry as well, and that is Toy Story 3.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, as a whole, I feel our generation, millennials as a whole, you guys count, right? Yeah, I was fucking with y'all. We happen to be around when, around the same age range as Andy was when these movies happened. And there is so much joy and innocence in these films. And then when we get to the third, and you just have this moment of leaving behind your childhood and moving forward. This is not a movie I expected to cry in at all, but it fucking hit me in all the feels. I think everybody I went with to the movie theater was just sobbing during this movie, just because it's this ending chapter, as far as we knew at least. It was this closing chapter to just this epic story of childhood and moving on and what that means, and it's just so multi-layered. And to me, it both got to me, honestly, during the fight. I guess, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but you've had a time to watch it. When they're all about to fucking die, and they all hold hands when they're looking into that giant furnace. And it's just like, this is it. This is the end. Sure enough, they get saved. But then the real tears come when Andy plays with them one last time. Yeah. And it's this remembrance of my childhood and my figures and things of that nature, but also somehow seeing my son and also seeing how he'd be and preparing him for that. It's just there's so many layers to this now. But even before my son, this movie got me. And as a trilogy, this just how it was so well ended. And it just represented so much within itself. And then again, when the final moments come of just this giving away, this going on to the next generation. Yeah.
I love it. That I can assure you, if that movie is not Sam's number 4, it's higher up on that list. But for me, it is also my number 4.
Shit! Damn.
Listen, man.
I should just make it my number 4 so we could just talk about it.
It's just at nausea, at length. Yeah. Same, man. This movie, I think, twice surprised me in how much it made me cry. I knew it was going to be emotional because at the time, it was the closing of this saga that we grew up with. But I did not expect it to be what it was, man. That and the first time that I watched it, it wasn't spoiled for me.
Nice.
So I legit thought that they had when they accept their fate. and they look at each other, and we all have a core group of friends. We're all really good friends with each other. We're all outside of this podcast, we see each other from time to time.
Everyone hold hands. You hold hands.
And just the idea of like
Noel,
the four of us, after all of our adventures, that one time that a collector tried to steal Sam. And that one time that Arturo felt threatened with Noel, that he was going to replace him because he had more electronic buttons and stuff. Like, all of those adventures has built this relationship that when I saw it in this movie where they're like just... And it's one by one. Mm-hmm. It's one by one where they look at each other and they're like, bro, just stop, dude. Just fucking... This is it, man. Yeah. We've had a good run. Let's fucking do it. So that part fucking wrecked me emotionally. And then they get saved and you're like, oh... Okay, I can start picking up my pieces. My heart is on the floor, but it's all right. It's just a little glue. It's just a little dirty. It's still good. It's still good. And then you get that ending scene.
Yeah.
Where Andy gives his fucking his childhood, his toys that he's loved, toys that I'm sure he trusts and has shared with more than his own mom. Toys that have been there for him more than anything else. Those toys, Andy, Buzz, Woody, everyone else, they were all there for him. And he made that decision for them, not for himself. Mm-hmm. He made the selfless decision to give them to someone else because he knew that's what they would have wanted. That's what those toys would have wanted, to be played with, not to be fucking stored away in some cabinet. And he did it, and it's so fucking beautiful, man. It's just...
Are we crying?
I don't know about you, man. My eyes are sweating right now.
This might be the best episode we've ever recorded.
Who's cutting onions?
Anyway, that's my number 4.
God damn it. Why am I following Uble? I can't... He's putting on the performance of his life.
It's all real, baby.
God, what was I even gonna be my number 4?
Like Cool Runnings.
Airbud.
They carry the bobsled across the finish line. God damn it!
That is an emotional.
It is. It's a my honorable mention. What? You think I just pulled that out of thin air?
God damn it. Okay, yeah. Man, there's just so many. All right, I'm gonna go with a movie that maybe none of you guys have seen. It's called The Beautiful Boy. It stars Timothée Chalamet, Steve Carell, and Steve Carell.
I've heard about it and I wanted to watch it.
It was actually my number 1 movie of that year that it came out, and it was a movie that fucking destroyed me.
Yep.
And it's about this father-son. And the son, unfortunately, has an addiction to heroin.
Yeah.
It's played by Timothée Chalamet, and Steve Carell is trying everything that he can do to basically save his son from, killing himself.
Yep.
From killing himself, really. And the sadness of this, I feel like all these movies, like when we talk about, there's different types of sort of emotions that are going on. The Onward is about Loss and sibling love. That gets emotional. This is about the father-son love and what the father, the lengths that he goes through, the many times that he forgives his son over and over again and brings them back,
so.
and every time all that he does to try to save his son, but his son is kind of a fuck up and gets back into the problems that he's in, and you just feel so much for if you're a parent, like this movie will destroy you, and just like the love that it shows of a father, and what the lengths they will go to the point where I don't want to spoil anything, but there's things happen at the end where it's like you're like, I understand why you're doing this. I'm talking to the dad here, and it sucks that you have to do this, but like you're almost like left no choice. And that part of the movie, which is very subtle, nobody's crying or anything, but that part of the movie is so sad, and it destroyed me when I watched it. I love this movie. It's great acting. Steve Carell and Timothée Chalamet should have gotten Oscar nominations for this movie. It was one of those like kind of unfortunately forgotten movies, but it's a great movie. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it.
Check it out.
It definitely, I just teared up listening to it, and I've seen like a trailer or two of this, and it's
Yeah, it's fucking sad. It's a really sad movie.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. My number 3 is a movie that makes me sad. No. It's interesting that you mentioned like the different emotions that you can get out of a film, and it produces raw
Emotions.
emotional reactions. Yeah. For me, it's the first film that I recall making me cry, and it still does to this day, especially now as a father. And that is The Lion King.
I was gonna say, but I didn't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, and
The fucking Lion
What
King.
did you say, Noah? What did you say?
Which one?
The first one?
Part 3,
there's only one.
fucker. Simba's
my
Revenge.
Bad, my bad.
The 19... Simba's Revenge.
Part 3, Simba's Revenge. Part 1, of course. Fucking Noel, dude.
How am I supposed to know?
What do you mean?
Which one of
There's
all of them
one
is gonna be the one
famous-
most tearjerker?
The one I said that with first movie that made
As
me
a
cry.
father.
It's like the same story.
Jesus Christ. Yes. Part 1. Oh,
1995.
animated,
Four.
not
Thank
live
you.
action.
Yes, there we go.
There you go.
1994.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, yeah.
man.
So I have a heart, unlike Noel over there.
Unlike the Grinch over there.
So watching this as a kid and just, Mufasa. Everything to do with the father-son relationship in this film, it really made an impact on me as a kid. And my own relationship with my father, who I have so much respect for. But
a lion.
it's a multi-layered relationship. I love the guy, but yeah. Seeing Simba lose his father and putting myself in the perspective of a son, I was still fucking gutted as a kid, and just like the helplessness that Simba has of like, wake up, we have to, like, oh fuck, man, and every single time. But then also growing up and becoming a man, but not having clear direction, and then having a chance to talk to your father again and being put on the path that you need to be, like, just there's so many layers of that. And then now becoming an adult and having a son of my own sons, and now seeing it from the other way around of what I can instill in my own children, what I can try to do to prepare them. Fuck, man. Just the idea of not being around, man. God damn it. Fuck. The same way I think back to the kid I was, imagining life without a father, man. It's fuck. And now thinking of that for it's too much, man. It's too much. So Lion King, yeah,
You're
number
good.
3.
You're good. Gee,
Great topic,
man.
Sam. Jesus Christ, man.
What? That wasn't...
Way to go, dude. Jesus. You see
Look
this?
at that. You're choking him.
Entertaining,
You're
man.
Has he suffered enough, Uble? Has he suffered enough?
You could have waited until
I'm sorry, dude.
God damn it. Go. You're number...
Sorry,
You're
man.
number 3, you murderer.
I feel you on those, Arturo.
Yeah.
Too much. So my number 3, I firmly believe that this is higher up on other people's list, but my number 3 is Forrest Gump.
Oh.
I know. That's Sam's, even before 1. That's Sam's 0. Like, that's his go-to. And I knew this, but and I want to bring it up because I went to go get my haircut recently, and the barber shop was playing this movie, and they were playing just like the last part. I was towards the tail end of this movie, and not even having to watch the entire movie, just watching this one specific scene, which I'm going to go over right now, it made me tear up. Like, all the barbers stopped what they were doing, and they pointed at me, and they were like, "This guy's crying!" Ha ha ha! And they laughed at me. No, they just didn't do that.
Well, let's say, fuck your barbershop, man.
No, everyone was crying. The part in this movie that specifically got to me is where it starts off where Forrest brings in a tray of food to Jenny, who's laying sick in bed. And she's like, "What was it like? Were you afraid in Vietnam?" And he's all like, "Well, yeah, but there were times at night where I would look up and the rain would stop and I'd see the clear sky and the stars. And there are times where I was running, and I saw the mountain lakes look like mirrors, Jenny. And then they're in the desert. You didn't know where heaven started and earth stopped. And then she says, I wish I could have been there with you. And he's like, but you were. And just that love that you've seen throughout the entire movie. Yes, you've seen it throughout the entire movie, his fascination, his love with Jenny. But that statement right there, just she's in bed sick, and he's all like, yeah, no, you were there with me during all of those times, Jenny. That's how much I love you. And then shortly after that, she passes away. We don't see any of that. We just see him talking to her at her gravesite. And he's having this speech to her, and he's talking to her about, like, you died on a Saturday. And
Tuesday.
A Tuesday, sorry.
I think it was, right? No.
I thought it was a Saturday. I think it was a Saturday. I just saw it. I got my haircut 2 days ago. You died on a Saturday, and I buried you under our tree that they played with as kids. And I got that house of your dad's bulldozed. And little Forrest, and then for the first time in this entire fucking movie, man, you see emotion from this character who, for the entirety of this movie, despite being through wars, meeting presidents, fucking protests, and you don't really see an emotion out of him. But this scene, he's talking to his love, and he's talking about his child, and then it cuts to the scene of him reading a book with little Forrest, and just little Forrest is just fucking this entire. I don't care if I watch the entire movie or if I just watch those 10 minutes from where he walks in with the tray of food and they're playing ping pong. That's enough to like just the tears come. The tears coming. So that's my number 3. 3? Yeah, 3.
Yeah. God damn it. It's just so good. I'm gonna go speeding through number 3 because you guys have talked about it already, which is Toy Story 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, like you guys said, there's not much I can add.
Sorry, man. Add yours.
Yeah, Sam. Let's hear it.
Add what it meant to you.
As I've said in multiple other episodes in the past, the part that really gets to me is the final scene where Andy plays with his toys for the final time. And what's beautiful about that scene is, as some of you guys have said already, is the loss of innocence that happens to all of us, that we all have to go through. When we're children, we have no worries. We don't have any stress about having a job. We're pretty clear about what we want to do. We just want to have fun, play with our toys, and not think about, what other evils in the world might be and everything like that. It's a very innocent time. But unfortunately, life is such a way that just goes, goes away. What's the word I'm looking for? But it's through no fault of our own. It's just part of growing up, and and as much as we try to save it, with all the things that we do, whether it's this podcast that we're doing now, or whether we're hanging out with our friends, having a beer, or playing with toys still when we're fucking 40 years old, or living vicariously through our kids and trying to relive that childhood. There is a point where that feeling is gone forever. That innocence is gone forever, and you'll never get it back, no matter how much you try. Because we the knowledge that we inevitably get, it's impossible. It's a curse and a blessing at the same time. But that scene just captures that so well, and every time that I watch it, I tear up in some way, because I think what's beautiful about cinema, and when Nicole Kidman says so well, heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
I was wondering when you were going to bring that up.
Is that, you can come out of a movie, and I'm going to say this again maybe in my next 2, you can come out of a movie feeling like God damn it, that movie just destroyed me, but yet it feels so goddamn good.
I needed it.
And the last 2 movies were examples of how this destroyed me, and this one just destroys me in this scene. And God, it feels so good. The fact that it does.
Even his hesitancy right there with Woody.
There is a beautiful truth.
I was not expecting them to be there.
A beautiful truth in this scene that is expressed so well. And there's no dialogue. There's nothing but just images of them playing with their toys. It's fucking beautiful.
That
it's,
look from Woody
It's one of the best
to
movies
Andy.
of all time. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, god damn
Yeah.
it. It's a great
All right.
scene.
All
All right.
right.
I don't know if I added my thing. But
Number
No,
dose.
yeah, thanks,
Number
Sam.
dose.
Thank you for sharing. All right,
Thank you,
number
Sam.
2. This movie was a film that I did not expect. I mean, I knew I would get emotionally like wound up, but not to the level that I eventually did, and that is Logan.
Oh, yeah, I can see that for you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Logan is at the time. It was the end of Hugh Jackman's role as Wolverine, of a role that he had at the time for 17 years. And something that started the whole superhero movies as we know them now. X-Men really put everything on the map. Blade did the comic book movie first, but X-Men did the superhero movie first. And Hugh Jackman was so perfectly cast as Wolverine. There's a reason he came back. But the way this film handled his ending, the tragicness of his story, and the relationship he has with Charles Xavier in this film, and then making him a father figure to his clone, and the way that story took shape, and the fact that this film is tragic as fuck. And it also gave us a chance for several things with this character. He finally gave us, it was rated R, so it finally gave us the brutality that we needed from Wolverine. And he delivered on so many levels in the dual role as X-24. But then just not only this final chapter of, again, what we thought at the time, for the X-Men film series and Wolverine as a whole, but then giving us this father-daughter relationship with X-23. And it's this whole reluctant mentor father figure role that becomes something natural and beautiful. And when he gives his life at the end to save everyone, and she calls him daddy, and it's just, oh fuck, man. And
Yeah. Breathe. Make sure you breathe. Remember to breathe.
Okay.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, especially that final sequence with him holding her hand, and yeah, man, it's
Yeah. No, yeah,
right.
man.
Logan.
Hey,
Logan.
it's always tough to see the closing of a person or a character that you love. Even though I know it wasn't, but at the time you thought it was.
Yeah.
And so that's always tough. It adds to that later. My number 2 is a movie that we haven't actually really discussed a whole lot in our entire run as a
Ooh.
podcast. And that movie is The Green Mile.
It's in my honorable mentions.
Nice.
I've yet to see it.
You haven't seen it, Arturo, man.
I hear it's really
Dude.
powerful, though.
Oh, man. I'm not even going to try to get into explaining what the story is about because I just don't know if I have enough time. I wouldn't do it justice in the 1 minute or 2 minutes that I have to talk about this movie. But there's a specific scene. So this movie takes place in the 1920s or so, I imagine.
I don't remember the year, but
it
around
seems
there.
like that, yeah, because the cars and the environment and the jail system.
Might be 1940s, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like it's 1920, 1930s. I feel like it's in that era. Anyway,
Okay.
there's this character, Tom Hanks, who plays a police warden. He's in the jail warden. He oversees the inmates. He's on death row. And there's a few different characters that come through death row that play an amazing performance. Sam Rockwell is in this.
That's right.
Plays a damn good performance. The whole cast in this movie is fucking solid.
It's amazing, yeah.
And then you hear Michael Duncan. That's his name, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The main
Michael Clark Duncan.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Kingpin.
He
and,
plays
Who's
Mr. John
dead
Coffey.
now. Yep.
Yeah, rest in peace. He plays Mr. John Coffey, and we find out that he has this ability somehow to kind of cure and help those who are in need of help.
He's magical.
He's magical, and whether it's spiritual, religious, or magic, or what have you, it doesn't really say. It just says he has this. And again, it's very difficult for me to say exactly what it is about
Without
this
spoiling.
movie without spoiling it and without
Yeah.
even getting too much. It's too much. But of course, if it's set in 1920s and you have a character like Michael Clark Duncan, of course there are tones of racism in this movie. There are turns of what the prison system was like back then, and what rights were like back then, and these challenges. And Tom Hanks is at the end of this movie faced with this decision, this choice, not really a choice, but he has to be the person who oversees this person's death sentence, even though he feels like this person is a miracle or is a gift from God because of his ability to cure and heal. And there's this specific scene in this movie, and I will get to my point, which is where they've decided to execute him, Michael Clark Duncan, despite his unique abilities.
He's on death row.
He's on death row.
You did spoil some, but whatever. Okay.
I know. I'm telling you, this is spoilers. This is a old ass movie. So
It's my fault.
Should have watched it, Arturo.
That's my fault. Yeah.
there's a scene where before you kill someone by electrocution, you put a black hood over their head. And this is so that the people observing the execution don't have to see that mutilated pain face. And I guess it also helps the person who's going through the execution to just see darkness. Well, throughout this whole movie, they've established that this character, Michael Clark Duncan, is afraid of the dark. And like right before Tom Hanks's character, who is doing this reluctantly, he doesn't want to do this. All the guards in the prison know what this person is capable of and how much of a kind soul he is and how he was just wrongfully accused, wrongfully executed because of the time. He's innocent. And yet they accused him of this crime. And of course, in that time, jail systems didn't really have,
Dude, when did this come out? Tom Hanks looks young.
90s.
Yeah, it was
mid 90s.
Yeah. So he says, please, sir,
Lieutenant Dan.
No, maybe
put
late
it on
90s.
me. Yeah, don't put it on me. I'm as afraid of the dark. The way he says it, there's tears in his eyes, and they agreed to not put the hood on him. I've already talked too long. That execution scene when they eventually kill him, and what that means to this whole thing. Like, there's a scene where Tom Hanks says, "I believe that this long life that I have is a punishment because I took away one of God's gifts from earth. And I'm being punished by being forced to live this long. I am now forced to see all the people that I love die." So you might think this is a gift because I have long life. So it turns out at the end of this movie, this is a huge spoiler.
Forrest Gump is immortal?
Not immortal. At the end of this movie, he's old. He's in an old folks' home. He's telling his story to this other person, and the other person says, "I'm sorry, but your story just doesn't check out, man. According to what you're saying, this time, I know your son. Your son has come to visit you. And I know how old he is. So your story doesn't check out, bruh." And Tom Hanks's character says, "Yeah, the thing about that is I'm actually fucking like 118 years old. And I believe that that's a curse, that I'm like destined to live longer than most people because of what I did. I was the one who gave the order to execute this person.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to let him live and call everything off, but I didn't. I went with the system. I executed him, and that was a punishment. I'm being forced to live longer than most people, which in turn means I have to live all the people that I love around me die." I've already boarded most of our audience. I apologize. It's just this. That was my number 2.
No, it's a great movie, and there's actually... Oh, shit. What the fuck?
Yeah,
there's actually 2 executions that happen.
Yeah.
The one you talked about, and another one that's also very emotional.
Oh, the one emotional. Yeah. With
But
the
we won't get into that. I will...
So lost.
Yeah. So my number 2 is a more recent movie. You know what's funny is that I didn't have a movie in all the movies that I came up with that was before the 1990s. And I was like thinking like, oh, there's an 80s movie, 70s movie that made me cry. And like for some reason, no. A lot of those movies are more like cool, manly films. But
E.T.
But anyways, there was plenty of recent movie. And the most recent one that I had to make my list is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
And this is another unique reason why I cry this movie. I just think this movie captures the essence of who I am. I've talked to, if you see the top 10 movies of this year, this was my number 1 movie of that year. What was this, like 20? Goddamn, how long? 2023. Man, it's a bit. Wow, it feels like it hasn't been that long, but it.
It's been 2 years.
But yeah, so I watched this movie, and there's nothing specifically within the film that's sad. It's actually a very comedic movie, and there's action and fighting and everything like that. But it's the meaning of the film, which is about the meaning of life. And sort of
the human condition,
and finding meaning in a meaningless world. The universe seems very matter of factly meaningless. how can we continue to live and find meaning in our life when we know this fact? And this movie gives us sort of that answer in that you can find sort of what's the word, comfort in the meaninglessness, because if everything is meaningless, then that means anything can be meaningful, and it's up to you to make something meaningful. And I think it's a philosophy that I have had in my life pretty much since I've thought about these thoughts about the meaning of life, and like something that I've thought about for many years, something that I agree with. And it really touched me in that way, in that it captures something about who I am. And not only that, but it captures like my humor and like the crazy storytelling that I love to see sometimes. And I don't know, man. It's after this movie ended, and my wife can attest because she was with me when we saw this movie, I cried for like 5 to 10 minutes. And it was really because I thought this is one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. And yes, it's like really ridiculous and stupid at times, but like what it's trying to do with that, and how it's sort of explaining how the human life, humanity is sometimes ridiculous and stupid, and the kind of things that we find meaningful, and the kind of things that become significant parts of our lives. And yeah, we are stupid sometimes, and this movie captures that so beautifully. And it's funny and weird at the same time why it does that. And then there's that rock scene, my God, the rock scene where they're just talking as rocks. Yeah. And you have Jobutu Pake, whatever her name is, making this statement about like, the meaninglessness of it all. Yeah. And
just sit here.
Yeah, and then they're just there as rocks, and it's something profound about this scene that is just these two rocks talking to each other. It's ridiculous, but they're talking about everything, like what it is about life, and the title says is so. God, it's so perfect. Everything, everywhere, all at once. This movie is about everything that makes our lives worth living, everything that doesn't make our life worth living, all the stupid things that we love, all the things that are worth loving that we still, it's, small, stupid humans, like our whole deal. Like that fucking comment right there. Yeah. For most of our history, we knew the earth was the center of the universe. We killed and tortured people for saying otherwise. Oh my God, this is great. Yeah. That is until they discover that the earth is actually revolving around the sun, which is just one sun out of trillions of other suns. And now look at us trying to deal with the fact that all of that exists inside one universe out of who knows how many. Every new discovery is just a reminder we're all small and stupid. And
not possible. But that is very well wrapped up. Yeah.
Producer?
Yeah. Nice. Thank you for that. Yeah. Yeah, and I know a lot of people watch this movie and they're like, "This is ridiculous," and I get it. Yeah, there's hot dog fingers. It's a lot of ridiculousness, but yeah, it's just I don't know. Yeah. It touched me in a way that no other movie has touched me, and I love it for it. It's just a very unique, beautiful movie. Yeah,
and that's what this list is all about. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Arturo, let's hear your numero uno.
Ooh, yeah, man. Okay, all right. My number one, man. Honestly, it was not hard to figure out what number one was. It's a film that was one of my favorites as a kid, and it's just now so much more multi-layered as a father. Again, that is a Goofy movie.
Oh, damn. That's a good pick, man.
I've seen that movie, and I don't remember much of it.
Rewatch it.
Man,
rewatch it.
It's so good.
As a kid, of course. I mean, this whole film is about Max, Goofy's son, and them ending up on this road trip that, it's this thing that Max didn't want to go on, but Goofy did, and then them getting along but not, and being a teenager and trying to find your identity, and as a kid I saw it, of course, from Max's perspective, and your father maybe, or your parents just being a little too much sometimes. And you just trying to, figure out who you are too. And, there's romance involved, and there's just a lot that's involved with figuring out that aspect of who you are. And now watching it as a father and seeing yourself from Goofy's perspective and just trying to connect. And there's a line in this film that where they're arguing about everything, and like Max saying like it's like I have my own life, like, and Goofy saying I know, I just want to be a part of it, and it's like.
Yeah, no, that's a strong one.
Fuck, it hits so hard. It's so different now on so many levels. And when I watched this film, and I've seen it since then with my son, and my oldest, my second one hasn't seen it because I haven't watched this in a minute. But I now get every perspective in this movie, and I see myself in all of these characters. And both as the son, as the father, and it's
that
just
scene right there. Oh, fuck. If you're watching this, if producers posting this up, there's a specific scene where they're leaving this possum theme park, and Goofy thinks I'm doing good by bringing him here.
And
I'm a cool dad, and this is a feeling that hits too close to home, which is you have this feeling as
just
a dad,
not cool, Dad. You're
which
not
is.
cool.
Which is I am. You guys are not, but I am. You have this feeling which is like, fuck yeah, dude. I am rocking it right now. I am doing exactly what this child of mine would want his dad. I'm being so cool right now. And then you get the reaction or you get the response, and maybe it's not what you were expecting. Maybe they're not as interested as you thought they would be. You're showing them Ghostbusters for the first time, and they're like, yeah, it's an okay movie. And you're like, I twitch. Just okay.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, it's not really plausible, you know. I wish there was maybe Mr. Beast would have showed up. And you're like, oh. And then you're like, okay, maybe this isn't going. And this is what Goofy movie is all about, Arturo. This is that's a good damn good pick.
Thank you. And going back to me, in my movie.
Sorry, I didn't go for it.
It's all right.
Just Goofy movie. Hey, host.
No, it hits home for many levels, and I just wanted to touch on a couple of things towards the end. Of also, just weirdly enough, the musical numbers in this say a lot, especially the last one, and them coming together and seeing eye to eye.
Nice.
And just salvaging that relationship amongst themselves, and seeing how this all comes to fruition. It really fucking hits home. And so many, it was a favorite movie, again, like I said, of mine growing up, and now even more so at the age I am now. I was gonna say more things, but Uwe, you really fucking distracted me.
God damn it! Come on, you can get back on track. Are you that easily distractible? Jesus Christ! It's a movie about a father and his son. Get back on it, Arturo. Damn
it. Shit, I lost it.
It's all right. You did a good job.
I agree with you. I'm sorry. It's such a good damn good pick. I agree with you on that one.
What's your number two?
My number one. And I feel like this isn't a surprise to anybody. It's fucking Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
So what I love about Lord of the Rings, Return of the Kings, is when I have this.
No, go for it. Go for it, so I can show you how you get back right on the subject. God damn it. I fucking love the fact that throughout this trilogy of a fucking movie, you have these hobbits. All right? I'll let you catch your breath.
Keep talking.
You have these hobbits who, from the beginning of this movie, were introduced to you as a race of people that were quiet, not known for adventures, not known for bravery. They were known for keeping in their own little corner, staying out of trouble, and just playing it safe. And yet, through this trilogy, they were required to step it up. They were given this task that was more than they can handle, but they stepped it up. They pulled through, right? So I'm not going to get into the first one or the second one, but in the third one, after each hobbit has surpassed their expectations from everybody in this fucking universe expected nothing from these hobbits. They talked down to them. They expected them to be fuck-ups. You're a stupid fool of a toque. And Samwise, all you care about is gardening and
potatoes.
Potatoes. And so they didn't expect it. And then at the end, they all just fucking not only came through. God damn it. I don't have enough time to talk about what I want to talk about. Okay.
It's okay.
Let it
Go.
all out.
And this is the part though.
It's
This is
number
the
one.
part where regardless of what, if I ever needed to cry on cue, and I shit you not, I've had to use this where I've had to cry on cue. I'm not going to say why. That's a different episode. I've had to cry on cue. And what I do is I think about this specific scene. And here it is. They're on Minas Tirith. It's
Time
the
for
end. Sauron is dead. He's defeated. And everyone is gathering to see the coronation of King Aragon. And after his coronation, they all turn to the four hobbits. And the four hobbits are like, we're standing in the presence of the king. They're humbled. They don't have this idea of like, fuck yeah, we did this. You guys should all be fucking bowing down. They are just have this mentality of like, I just did what I was here to do. Like, we were just fucking helping. Look at that. This is...
I'm sorry.
Hold on. It's just... There's that line where... So they look at each other. King Aragon comes to them and they're about to bow. Oh, fucking goddamn it. You're showing the scene.
Say it.
And King Aragon, right before they're about to bow, he stops them and says, my friends, you bow to no one. And at that exact moment, the entirety of Gondor, everyone standing on Minas Tirith, including King Aragon, bows down to them four. And the thing about this fucking scene, you guys, is that they don't even have this look of like, yeah, we deserve this. That's right. Bow down. They don't. They are still humbled. They are looking at everyone confused like, what are you guys bowing down to us for? Because they don't see their actions as anything noteworthy. They just see what they did as their responsibility. This had to be done. Why are you bowing down to us? Why are you thanking us? Why are you praising us? This is something that had to be done for the good of humankind, for the good of Middle Earth, and we did it. And that's it. And the fact that the King Aragon is he's just this character of like dominance and manlyhood, which is like, I'm not afraid. Oh shit! I'm so sorry, dude.
No, keep going. I'm in
not
awe of you right
like
now.
the thing about it is that you, in any other representation of a movie, you would get the king to have this feeling of like, yes, I am superior to everyone else. I am the king. I am the heir of fucking Isildur, and I am the Dunedain, and I am the rightful holder of the Gondor. But not King Aragon, man. Not him, dude. He says, no, don't you fucking dare bow down to me. I bow down to you. And you have everyone just bowing down to these four lonely hobbits. Just imagine that fucking mind blow for them, dude. It's emotional, man. Fuck you guys for not crying right now. You guys are the worst.
I've been crying. When you watch this back, you'll see I'm over here fucking just...
Are you?
I have been.
Fuck, thank you, man.
Yeah, I already wiped the tears, though.
I think I picked my nose.
That's my number one. It will forever be my number one.
It's a good number one.
No matter
It's a really,
what,
really good number one.
If I need to cry on cue, it's that. It's Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. That's
I
specific.
knew it.
This has been an A+ performance, Uble.
It's not a performance. It's real, Sam.
No, I mean, this is a great podcast material, whether it's real or
Dude, the
not.
fact that we're going nearly we're going to go over an hour by the time we're done.
just-
That's crazy.
I'll try to make this fast because my number one has already been talked about, unfortunately.
Sorry. I'm
So many-
sorry. I knew it. I knew it was your number one, and I felt
Which
bad
is
talking
Forrest
about it.
Gump.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I was going to say Lion
I'm
King.
so sorry.
Casper.
No. Yeah, it's not Casper. A funny thing about this movie. So I watched this movie for the first time when I was like 10 years old. And I didn't cry the first time I watched it. I didn't really understand what was sad about it or anything like that. But I still loved the movie. I liked the movie for what it was. I thought it was funny. I thought it was interesting. You know, you have this guy who goes to war and he does all these cool things and he does ping pong and all this stuff. And it was just a cool movie to me at that time. As I got older and we watched this movie countless times now, I began to understand all the subtleties of it. And, you know, as an adult, you get stuff that you don't get as a child, obviously. And that's when I cried in this movie. And I realized how much of a beautiful movie this movie is. When people ask me as to why I love cinema, you know, I always go back to this movie, not just because it's a kind of like a milestone movie for me as a cinephile, whatever you want to call me, but it's also because I just think it's a perfect movie in the sense that it's got, you know, great performances. Tom Hanks is obviously amazing. Everybody's amazing. Great cinematography. All the technical qualities are there. Like even the visual effects, even though they're all subtle, like it was a groundbreaking movie in terms of visual effects. People don't think of Forrest Gump as a visual effects groundbreaking movie, but it really was. Yeah. It was for its time. This was made in 1994. Well, it was released in 1994, and when you think about it, like Lieutenant Zidane has no legs. And it's seamless. You can't even tell that he has no legs, even though he does have legs in real life, right? The Gary Sinise. But you know, on top of that, what makes me emotional about this movie is the fact that I find it a perfect movie. And there are obviously sad, tragic parts in the movie, as Uble talked about during his time when he talked about it. You know, when Forrest Gump is at Jenny's graveyard and talking about his son and everything. Yes, that part is sad and emotional. Yes, it's emotional when Bubba dies. That's emotional. It's emotional to see Forrest Gump's love for Jenny constantly being betrayed over and over and over again. You know, it's emotional, the fact that everybody finds him such a dimwit and such a moron, but yet he's the only one that is pure of love. Everyone, they call him stupid, but really the stupid people are all the quote-unquote normal people around him, the people who are racist, the people who are fighting wars for no good reason, the people who are bullies, the people who find that they need to die on the field in order to find purpose in their lives. Those are the stupid people. Those are the people that are doing stupid things. Stupid is as stupid does. People doing stupid things. Everybody else around Forrest Gump, not him. He's just a really kind guy who loves and doesn't want to disrespect anybody. He doesn't care if you're black, white, or a woman or anything like that. He has none of those feelings that most normal people who are the not stupid people have. But Forrest Gump doesn't have that. And that's what's beautiful about this movie, is it shows something about the human condition and juxtaposing this character with what we would normally think as normal people. And that's part of the beauty of it. And there is a wonderful scene that you didn't talk about that I find is the most emotional scene to me, where Jenny and Forrest are walking in Alabama and they find Jenny's old house. Everybody thinks that Jenny is such a bitch because she, doesn't return the love that Forrest Gump has for her. But it's not her fault. I mean,
trauma.
Yes, she has all this trauma. She was abused as a child, sexually abused, as it's insinuated in the film, as a child. And that's why she is the way she is. That's why she runs away from anybody who loves her. Mm-hmm. The only person who ever really loved her is Forrest, but she keeps running away from her. Forrest runs to succeed, right? There's a great theme here that Forrest running. Yeah. Where he runs, he goes somewhere, even though he doesn't.
He's running to get somewhere.
Yeah.
She's running
away from things. Yeah, she's always running to get away from the things that could bring her love and purpose in her life, and she ends up in bad places and everything like that. So this scene is this whole her, getting rid of all this trauma and this pain that she has in her life. Damn. But sometimes there's just not enough rocks, which is a line in the movie that at the time when this movie came out, most people didn't really think about it. Everybody thought about life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. You know, I'm Forrest Gump, stupid is a stupid. There's all these great lines and quotes in this movie. But that quote, sometimes there's just not enough rocks, is a quote that has lived on in my life to this day. I still say it every time something that happens in my life that I just can't control, that I just kind of have to deal with, and I can't get rid of it. You know, it's just some things in life you just have to deal with and live through them. And sometimes there's just not enough rocks to get rid of it. You just have to live through it, and it sucks, but that's life. And it's a beautiful scene, beautiful quote. This movie makes me cry every time because I think it captures what I love about the movies and why I care so much about the movies. And that's really what makes me cry every time I see a beautiful movie, is just like, if there's any good that humans can do is art, and the movies are one of those examples that of what humans can actually do that's really, really good. And yeah, that's it. I'm done.
That's all I have to say about that.
That's all I have to say about that. Yes, God damn it. I should have said that. God
you
damn
did.
it.
You did. You did.
No, it was not good enough. Not
Do it
good
again
enough.
and we'll edit it. Yeah,
That's all I have to say. We'll wrap it up. All right, we're going to wrap it up. We've gone to an hour. This is supposed to be a 30-minute episode. We've laughed. We've cried.
crybabies.
It was only top 5 movies either.
Imagine if we did top 10.
I know.
All right, let's end it with honorable mentions.
Yeah, there's so many. My God.
Finding Nemo.
I will
Dancer
say,
in the
Oh,
Dark.
wait, Noah has...
Return of the Jedi was
Wait,
the big one for
I'm
me.
disappointed Armageddon wasn't in this. I'm disappointed.
I've never seen it.
Disappointed.
Maybe you should have come up with your top 5.
Armageddon.
Jojo
I
You know what?
Rabbit.
It was Jojo Rabbit.
I had
dude.
Jojo Rabbit. Jojo
Yeah.
Rabbit. I kept going back and forth where I had him. There's also,
Hachi.
Dancer in the Dark.
I
Tell
haven't
me you
seen
didn't
that
think about.
movie.
You haven't seen Dancer in the Dark?
I haven't seen that movie. I need to see it. It's actually a movie that's been on my list of. I need to watch.
Dude.
Jack is on my list.
Wild
Jack
Robots.
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Wild Robot. Oh yeah, Jack.
I didn't
Jack.
see Wild Robot, but Jack, yeah.
What Dreams May Come.
Oh,
Another
that's a
Robin
good one.
Williams.
There's
Listen, this is a controversial one. You guys are probably gonna scoff at me, but Adam Sandler's Click.
Oh yeah,
I haven't
starring
seen that.
Adam Sandler and Kate
It's a
Beckinsale.
magic remote that he uses to pause and play real life.
That's a good pick.
Really?
He takes
That's a
it.
good
Listen,
What?
He
That's a good
listen.
pick.
Listen.
That's a
This
really
is
good
why.
movie.
So he uses it at first to pause life so that he can get work done, as you would. But the control has this auto feature, which
Wait, Sam, have you not
learns.
seen Click?
No,
I haven't
Oh,
seen
don't
it.
ruin it for him.
he's not gonna go watch it.
No, now we
I
have.
How are you gonna go watch it?
Probably not.
Oh,
There you go.
We're wasting time. Thank you, everybody.
Wait. I just want to say a couple. The Father, A Marriage Story.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Marriage Story.
Manchester by the Sea, Big Hero 6,
Yeah.
I
Bull
Am
Running.
Sam.
Yeah.
I Am Sam, which is a movie that made me cry a lot.
Yes, you
It
are.
also and The Wild Robot.
Schindler's List.
Coda. I mean, there's so many. God damn it!
so
It could
many.
go on and on and on and on. But yeah, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Tell us about the movies that made you cry, and make sure you're crying while you're writing it, like we did. And
Tears.
yes,
As you're making your high dad soup from the Goofy movie.
yes,
Remember.
yes.
Have a
Tell us, as always.
Dark Knight.
have a dark
That
night.
was very terrible setup.
God
Yeah,
damn it!
I
And
know.
as always,
Have a Dark Knight.
Oh,
don't ever set up.
I don't fucking know.
You're not a setup person.
I didn't know you had to do the Dark Knight voice.
You don't